Welcome back to 5 Minutes of X, where 5 usually means somewhere between 5 and 10. I'm reading every mutant comic Marvel ever made, month by month, and this week the team is in transition from a thing that was happening to a different thing that's also happening. All right, it's July 15th, 1969. We get our single mutant book. It's X-Men number 60. Pencils here are done by Neal Adams again. Awesome. Totally awesome. And writing is done by Roy Thomas. Also awesome. So here we are in full serialization mode at this point with the X-Books. Fresh off our phone call with Dr. Lykos, we see this old friend of the professor doing maniacal bad look things on the splash page. We cut to a double page spread with a refresher. Trask the Younger doesn't remember anything, and the amulet gets put back on him to suppress his powers. The X-Men jet off in the Avengers plane. Tony, such a nice guy, outfitting them like this. Ever since Professor X died, we just haven't had a jet to fly around in. The stress is getting to the X team. They're snapping at each other, and on their way to Dr. Lykos, Adams does a great job drawing this guy like the creep that he is. But the X-Men don't have anyone else to turn to. Alex is just left with this guy. They don't know what else to do. And we get some relationship panels with Scott and Jean as the team kind of reconvenes. I feel like we, the readers, have missed some steps in their dating here. They seem kind of loving and comfortable with each other, and it just maybe the way that men write relationships, especially in the 1960s, but it would have been nice to like just see more of that relationship building type stuff going on. In any case, Jean and Scott return to the X Mansion and are startled by a noise and some action in the Danger Room. Hell yeah, the last time we saw the Danger Room was way back in issue 40. It's been 2 years since we've been in the Danger Room. Probably dusty in there. The 4 X dudes show off to the X chicks as the X chicks manipulate the room itself and make the boys look kind of foolish. It's a great, fun, and carefree scene. I love this scene. It's a great scene. When we return to the Sentinel base, where almost every other known mutant is present, the only missing one is actually Magneto, as far as I can tell here. We take just the 1/2 page here to wrap up the other mutants coming from those glass tubes. Loving Banshee's lean here. It's clearly the coolest guy in the room. So we then get Dr. Lykos' backstory. This dude is majorly unhinged. As a kid, his dad took him to Tierra del Fuego, which is, of course, that's where the portal to the Savage Land is. Lykos finds out that he's a power sucker. He finds this out when he's injured fighting some pterodons in a cave there near Tierra del Fuego. So there's a short aside about this chick that he loves, but he doesn't feel like he has earned her hand. I guess he isn't rich enough for her dad, although it doesn't seem like he's made that judgment. But anyway, so he runs off to be a doctor. Now he puts people on his table with these palm balls and sucks their energy. He's not a good dude. And now he has Alex alone, and he sucks away too much power from Alex by accident. He chooses evil and turns into a pterodon man. And he names himself Sauron after the villain from Lord of the Rings. I've always loved this detail. This is like this cheesy origin story for a meh to decent X-Men villain, but the name check to other media here, it's just super fun, and I really dig it. So Sauron flies off, and we see the news talking about mutants in a negative light. It's now Warren's turn to be mad at being hated, and he storms off. What's cool here is Warren wants to stop Sauron to prove that mutants are not all bad. It's a very Charles Xavier twist on the anger we've seen from mutants regarding their treatment from other humans. Angel returns as the Avenging Angel with a black, red, and yellow suit. Kind of all right. This mirrors his brief time as a loner in those backup issues a few months ago. He flies off to catch Sauron, and we cliffhang in midair with Sauron using some eye power to hypnotize the Avenging Angel. So this issue is beefy. Tons of great story across multiple parts of mutantdom, and I'm here for it. Not a lot to say here in the review that I didn't mention in the synopsis. This is all just connective tissue between the Sentinels arc that just ended and the Sauron and Savage Land arc that's starting now, but it doesn't feel like a waste or anything. Very little padding here. Story and art are top notch and they go together perfectly. This is X-Men firing on all cylinders. Cerebro is powering down. More at Jordy.com. New episodes Wednesdays at noon, Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. Remember that one time in this issue where we saw a Neal Adams drawn Wanda? Yeah, man, that was nice.